that's a respectable coho right there.
This video is about why using flashers for salmon fishing is stupid most of the time. I know it will trigger some people, but I need to put this information out there. Feel free to comment.
Oh, look here. Yeah. That's going to be good eating right there.
Alright, let's get started here. The differences between a flasher and a dodger. There's lots of videos on flashers and dodgers. I'm just going to go over a brief, basic breakdown of them. Okay, here's a cone zone flasher, and here's a max lure double D dodger. And with a dodger, you're generally going to have this moving back and forth in the water in like a side pendulum fashion, like this. And it's going to impart action onto your bait. With a flasher, you're going to have more of a rotating action. That's the basics.
The general premise for people using flashers is because their action is supposed to be able to attract salmon through visual or audible motion. There's not a lot to prove this, though. My perspective is a flasher is generally beneficial to me in dirty or murky water, or perhaps if you're sockeye fishing and use a dodger, but that's not a flasher. So to me, I don't really find much use in them. Let's get into why flashers really don't matter, and you shouldn't use them. Generally speaking, fish can see fine in clear water. If it's not muddy or murky water, flashers don't matter. Most or many baits on the market provide enough action to attract a salmon. In my opinion, flashers attract more people or fishermen than salmon. People get really attracted to their bling. To me, flashers make lure companies more money than they help to catch fish. It's money in their pockets, it's marketing, it's products on the shelf, generally things along those lines. Think about it just for a second. When I go out there and shop, every store seems to have a different color combo for every day of the week, or body of water, or different salmon species, etc. That's all geared towards money making. It's marketing. If someone tells me their flashers provide an audible disturbance in the water which attracts fish, I just think bullshit. Natural disturbances offset any flasher's audible attraction in most or all situations. Face it, salmon use the flashers against the fishermen to create slack and escape, and that's a fail. I see flashers as a problem, not something that helps me. Someone asked a salmon whether it hit their line because it was a flasher or the bait they were using. Nobody can prove it one way or another, because the fish ain't talking. Don't get that I'm arrogant when I say this, but people fish how they're told and they don't think outside the box. They just look at what everybody else uses and that's what they do. I've caught hundreds of salmon in the last 15 years without using flashers while I was trolling. Let's take a look at the most common fallacial arguments I hear when people tell me they have to use the flasher and I'm wrong because I don't use one. Everyone uses these things. You're wrong. This is called the appeal to majority fallacy. Look up what a fallacy is. Look these things up. Another argument I hear is, all successful pros and guides use flashers. You're wrong. This is the appeal to authority fallacy. Look it up. Think about why you use flashers while you're salmon fishing. Leave a comment. discuss it. But if you're gonna like get argumentative with me, use some proven facts, not anecdotal evidence, and understand the difference between those two. Best of luck to y'all out there fishing, man.